Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 1. But anyway, last we left off, of course, we ended the day, got invited for a picnic next day, and we're just bringing over some little tips that we got. First one, of course, was that we're different classes, why our schools, how it is, and everything. This one is our second one. It's actually why we had no uniforms. So here we go. It's only June, but it's already so hot. I could hear the Higurashi outside chirping. Mew, mew. And at night, there are mosquitoes. It might as well be summer already. My only salvation was that the mornings were still cool. Summer, I do declare. Sakuto was flapping her skirt. That's pretty unladylike there. Even if she was a little brat, she was still a girl. Keiichi does seem quite cool. This is a single button-up shirt. I'm so jealous. From how I see things, the skirt you're wearing looks like it would be much cooler. Girl like you just wouldn't understand wearing jeans during this season and how steamy the crotch gets. It gets steamy out. This girl has gone imagining something indecent. Rena's summer clothing have a nice refreshing color. I feel cooler just looking at them. Thank you. They really do feel pretty cool. I do wish my summer clothes were as breezy as Rena's. But Sakuto, your summer clothes are so cute. Being a one piece and all. I like to wear your summer clothes. This is actually quite stuffy, you know. I do believe what you're wearing would feel much cooler. But it would be so much more fun with cute clothes. How? I have a feeling that Ren and Sakuto's base values were fundamentally different. Speaking of which, our school doesn't have a uniform. Yeah, it doesn't. As long as they're proper, then regular clothes are fine. There are quite a few students in regular clothes. There are a few wearing uniforms, but they were all the same design and rare plain. What's the uniform they're all wearing? They're all the same. That's the city school uniform. It's not like there's a rule, but they're all wearing them. Speaking of which, everyone in our group is wearing a different uniform, aren't they? Did you go out of your way to get them from somewhere? Why, yes, Beyond supplied them. Michan's relatives runs a secondhand clothing store. They can get school clothes from all over the country for cheap, they say. So you asked those relatives to get a bunch of unique school uniforms then. Of course. That means she probably loves using her friends as dress-up dolls. That must be a strange secondhand clothing store. I get that it's a secondhand clothing store, but stocking clothes from schools all over the country? That's pretty strange for a second-hand clothing store. Yeah. What's the point of stocking up clothes from faraway schools they know nothing about? Yeah, I think so too. They also have used school swimsuits and PE. I don't like the idea of having used one. No, doesn't sound like that shop makes much money. They probably have Mion pitch in and help so they can make a bit more. But Mion says it'll be a big hit and become a great store with some convention. Second clothing store that stocks school uniforms will be a big hit. I don't get it. No, I don't get it either. But anyway, let's go ahead. Save. Of course, because it's the end of chapter 1. And let's continue on. And now this is all chapter 1, just split into different parts. So now we're on the next day. I took it a little too easy on the morning of my day off. I was totally late. Today was the day Rena and Mion were going to show me around town. Rena and Mion were already waiting at the meeting place. Kei-chan, you're late. Sorry. The show I was watching last night was really interesting in playing that. Oh, so that's your excuse for being late and keeping two girls waiting? I keep realizing that Rena's dress has that slit right there. Michan, you just got here yourself. Yeah. Last night's episode of A Day of the Life of was interesting, wasn't it? She was just as guilty as me. Rena was carrying a pretty heavy-looking handbag. What is that? Mia answered my unspoken question with a wink. That's right, Rena really did make a picnic. Kei-chan, after you left, Rena pulled out all the steps. It's not like I forced her to do it. It was nothing, so don't worry about it, okay? It's cause you're... God damn it, I'm not saying it. She's been like this since last night, you know. Can you take responsibility for this? Alright, I am a man after all. I'll take responsibility. Huh? Responsible for what? For what? We both turned around slowly and looked around. Our gazes drifted downwards to the massive handbag she was carrying. It didn't seem logically feasible that it would be entirely filled with lunchboxes. Except this was Rena we were talking about here. About 2 kilos, I guess. When Rena is picking it up, I could see she was struggling a bit. I say 5. You're exaggerating. Keiichi is a boy after all. I thought you'd probably eat a lot, so I made a lot. Okay? Let's get going. Heave-ho! Just from the way she was lifting up, I couldn't believe the only thing in there were lunchboxes. Correction, I say 5 kilos too. Why don't you carry it for her? I'll help out, but all it needs to be eaten. I won't forgive you, make Rena sad, got it? The only thing I could do at this moment was exercise a bit to make myself hungrier. God damn it. You're screwed. Having finished with the pleasantries, we began our leisurely stroll. The carefree walk bathed in gentle morning sunlight. Couldn't have even imagined something so wholesome existed during my time in the city. There were the boonies after all. These were the boonies after all. God damn it. No slovenly deck jockeys trudging to work on the weekends out here. It really was a nice place, peaceful and quiet. As barrenly populated as the village was, you could still run into people just by walking around. Ah, good day. Good day. Oh, you would be Marara-kun, I believe. My 2 companions exchanged greetings with everyone we ran across. All of these passersby even knew my name. When did I become this famous? We passed 3 people and when all 3 of them knew me, I started to feel a bit paranoid. It's a bit sad to say. Everyone knows everyone since there are so few people here in town. So that means there's when there's an unfamiliar face walks by, they automatically assume it's that Marabara fellow who just moved here. Yep, that's how it works out. Well, this is a precise process of elimination you could only pull off in a place like this. But it was quite effective. Well, yeah, if you know everyone and you know someone was in and stuff from her face. From now on, I better make sure to maintain a good reputation. They had discovered accidentally grokking and dirty magazine bookstore. I expect all the villagers to label me as a lech by the next day. Town is not to be trifled with. That's not the end of this nightmare. Of course, I know them. The first person we met was old man Takazo from the Makino bike shop. His hobbies are bonsai and playing the flute. Next, we met the grocer's second son, Daisuke. His hobby is sharpshooting, and he hopes to be an ace sniper in the future. The person we just met was Mayo-san, the nurse from the clinic. Her hobbies are bird watching and photography. You know the names of everyone who passed by, and even their profiles. See my surprise, Bia exchanged looks and burst into laughter. Well, yeah, we're not like the city where people hardly know their neighbors. Then let's try it out. You there, who am I? That cursed me out. Ha, you Keiichi Marara. You say some mean things, but you're actually a kind, shy person. It's been 3 weeks since you transferred here. Your hobby is taking afternoon naps. Lately, you switched over to wearing boxers. What the hell? Didn't you? That's enough. That's enough. But boxers? Enough of that. Apparently, there is absolutely nothing you can keep hidden here. Town is not a place to be trifled with. No. This feels more like you guys are showing me off rather than showing me around. That's right. We're parading around like this after all. Don't you all think so too? That Kate-chan is fitting right in here in town. Population in town is shrinking, so the village should welcome anybody who's new here. I thought about brushing it off with something to the effort you're kidding me if I held back. Had I ever greeted someone who's just moved into the city like this before? Thinking about that made me believe that what they said wasn't a joke after all. We passed another person. Of course, we all called it out. Two again the same way. Oh my, good day. It's wonderful seeing you getting along. This lady here is Fujishima-san. Good day. Oh my, Marara-kun, how wonderful for you having a lovely girl on each arm. How are you? Getting used to life here? Instead of regurgitating a prepared response like I would have instead, I responded with an ethnic nod. Well, old lady chuckled, voicing her appreciation how energetic I was. Good. As I looked back over to Ren and Mion, they gave me a wink. So now then, about time to have lunch, maybe? Ren is brilliantly smiled, sticking to the approach of an event that both me and I were trying to forget. We both looked at each other. Oh man, I'll do what I can, but it's just too much. It's fine, Kate-chan. Leave it to this old man. Mion has never seemed as reliable as she does right now. I expected no less from a class representative. Ren, if we're going to eat, we might as well go somewhere with a good view. Yes, good idea, I agree. Ren nodded her head happily in response to Mion's proposal. Where are they taking me? I'm during this lunch. Going up a flight of stairs now. Oh, a shrine. Yay. Cresting the top of a stone stairway, a shrine drawn straight out of my imagination appeared before us. It had worn down a bit 30 years, but the fallen leaves have been swept up, giving it a tidy feeling. This here is the Fururoda Shrine. That's probably the place with the best view around. This place is, be sure to remember it. On our next break, a festival we held here. Isn't it a bit too early in the season for a festival? The Wataganashi isn't a summer festival. Long ago, it used to be a celebration of the end of winter. I was embarrassed for assuming that festivals had to be held in the summer. Again, the slit. She needs to open up more and more. Nothing. Spread out the lunch boxes in there. Various colored lunch boxes were placed one after another on top of the plastic sheet. It sure did smell delicious. It was Rena's home cooking. It went without saying that it would be delicious. But is it even possible to finish all this? Hey, Mion. It'll take more than just a good view to get this all down, you know. Rika! And of course, Sakato. Good afternoon. It was Rika and Sakato. Why are they here? Mion grinned over at me. I see. This was their secret plan. To power our numbers. You have my thanks, Mion. Following up when all the pieces were in place is my specialty. We just had to come since there was such a commotion. What's the meaning of this? Take a look. It's time for lunch. Buffet style. A homemade gourmet meal by Ren. I can see that much, but why have you laid out a tarp on our property? I told you, they live together. The temple is public grounds, it's not yours. Keiichi is right. This is everyone's property. Wow, Rika is such a good girl. Have a seat. Eat with us. After opening up a spot for Rika, I promptly turned my back on Sakato. Hold on 1 second. Where's my spot? No spot for you. Nothing for you to eat. Don't worry, there's some for you too. Done. I'll eat all hers. I will not allow that. Rika! Here, chapstick. Go. Both Sakato and I leapt at the boxes, having it out with each other. Man, really, Kei-chan, you're really good at leading people on. You might have a talent for this. Have a plate. One for Mi-chan and Rika. Yay, Rena whipped out pairs of chopsticks and paper plates. If we don't hurry, I'll be eating up. That's right, okay. Shall we commence this battle? Please eat a lot. There's enough for everyone. Rena says she opened up a thermos. Has miso soup in it, I'll tell you right now. Just then I realized that this lunch was made under the assumption that 5 people would be eating. They didn't change how much there was, but the implication behind it was different. I will now let you have this hamburger. Use your elbows against the rules, Sakato. Grabbing the back of my collar is also against the rules. It's a tough battle. With her full momentum and elbow in the opening move, Sakato appeared to have the upper hand, but the difference in our proficiency with chopsticks proved to be fatal and gave me the upper hand. Let's meatball! Sakato has been bested. Dump. Sakato and I apparently began choking at the same time, falling backwards and spasming. Rika patted me on the head to clear it, even though it was actually stuck in my throat. Seeing that made Rena blush and breathe heavily in excitement. It was almost like flowers were floating all around her. Me and the vice ran to refrain from saying anything that could get her locked up. This is how our meals usually go. I'll do anything in my power, just so things could stay like this. The tense battle calmed, and finally everyone reached a point where they could begin talking. Receiving tea from the thermos. Oh, damn it. It's tea, not miso. Damn it. I let out a small sigh. I do wonder why there are so few words in Japanese to phrase how something tastes. Isn't it because the idea of togetherness during a meal didn't begin until the modern era? It seems that long ago people ate in silence. It must have made the people preparing the food a bit sad, don't you think? It's probably because back then the people were busy even while eating and didn't have time to compliment the flavor. That's just you. But you know, just hearing that it's good makes me happy. That my efforts was worth it, I mean. She blushed a little as she said that. It was delicious. With absolutely perfect timing, Rika struck her directly with praise. God damn it, Rika, really? She looked straight at her with an expression of bewitching innocence. After Rena uttered an unintelligible noise, a ring of smoke rose from her head in an audible poof. Oi! Rika, I'm gonna take you home. No, I mean, thank you. It was really delicious. Rena flushed red with excitement, embracing Rika and rubbing her cheek against her so hard you could almost hear it. Tear Rika for her praise. Ta-da! These are special. 2 apple rabbits. After sticking toothpicks into him, she thrust them toward Rika. After Rika accepted them, the mood suddenly shifted in a bizarre way. What is it, Sakato? What's with that defiant look? Has everyone prepared proper praise to receive apples from Rena? Don't push yourself. What kind of praise can you think of with your weak vocab? Well then, allow me to show you. The Sakato flashed me on me a defiant look. She changed the tone of her voice suddenly. Oh great, now they're betting on food. Hey, so Rena Oni-chan's lunch? Sakato thought it was yummy too. Sakato looked up at her portly while talking cutesy. Oh my gosh. How was that praise? That's persuasion by tears, that's persuasion by cuteness, isn't it? This was Rena's limited special skill. She blushed and her head spun, waving around in circles. Don't fall for it, Rena! Hi! Of course, that was asking for the impossible. Rena glumped Sakato and began rubbing her cheek against her. Quite! Sakato is so quite. Take you home. Oh. Swish. Stab. Plush. Sakato was also presented with apple rabbits. After stuffing them into her mouth, she looked over at Mion and me again with that defiant gaze. It took only 5 seconds to take Rena down, Rena. That's unfair. To think she had such a trick. If it upsets you so much, why not reward Rena with some praise? Damn it! That was a dirty trick, first of all. That wasn't even praise. Sakato, you think you won with just that, don't you? How about I show you guys something that's much better than you superficial gimmicks? That sounds great, Mion. What kind of trick is it? Ki-chan is going to be the one who does it. What? Oh, why don't I have you show me then? The witherings of an old maid. Boom. The plan of attack she suggested was wicked. But it was the only thing we had to beat Sakato. With just sipping my tea, I started talking very naturally and calmly. Perfectly. It really is good, isn't it? This is all freshly made, right? No, actually almost all of it was frozen stuff. Then which ones did you make fresh? Well, it's embarrassing. Do I really have to say, must I? From the Sergio Boy Plus homemade lunchbox, her expression had melted into your Prathia. I already know. This one, right? Bullseye. Rena turned an even deeper shade of red. The words, I can't believe it, practically written on her face. How can you tell? I made it. Of course, Mion had told me beforehand. It's been perfect so far. After acting like I was shy, I waited to beat. Next would be the finisher. It had your smell. Silence enveloped the area. Rena's face, still completely red, frozen, solid. With a small yep, Sakato also blushed. Of course I did too. I sure would like to try one of Ren's homemade rabbits or something. Even if this was all because I was competing against Sakato, it felt like I had crossed the line by a good 9 yards, I think. Then at that moment, bush. It was a Tupperware container filled with rabbits. Please eat some Kiichi. There's plenty for you. Instantly dozens of apples were shoved into my mouth, knocking me over. Kiichi. My head was forcefully laid upon her lap, and even more apples were shoved into my mouth. While she was squealing, one apple after another was forced into her mouth. More and more apples. How about them apples, Sakato? Looks like we win. Ki-chan, that was a beautiful sacrifice. How's that, Sakato? This is our complete victory, isn't it? I can't believe it, such trickery. It doesn't bother me at all. Sakato grinded her teeth, mortified. We did it. I claimed victory as my consciousness drifted slowly away from me. He passes out with all the apples. At that time, Rena stopped her squealing as she suddenly realized something. Rika, you're not eating it. Did the salt water make it too strong, maybe? Looking at Rika had pulled the toothpick out of the apple rabbit, placed it into her cup hands, and seemed to be at a loss for what to do. Poor Mr. Rabbit, I feel sorry for him. I want to save him. Whee! Oh, shit. That was the sound of blood squirting from Rena's nose. Kite! Tonight I will take you home. She shook sporadically, her head wallowing back and forth. Then, coming come back to her since she took all the apples around me, gathered them up in a flip, and fixed them back up on the plate. Now they're all just fine, Kate. Here, I give them to you, Rika, Kate. Rika raised up the socket to his hand like a referee after having that play rabbit shoved her. She whispered, "This is our victory." Fuck! What? A comeback? I just don't care anymore. Thus, my sacrifice ended up being in vain. Damn. Well, anyway, I do hope you all did enjoy this episode. We got done with our lunch. So now, we go on to our next portion, which is here. That's the end of the day. But anyway, I do hope you all enjoyed. We'll see how the end of the day and next day starts in our next episode. If you did enjoy, please leave a like below or comment. I don't care which one. Just show that you are enjoying this series. Anyway, this is PC Death Gamer. As always, hope you enjoyed. Keep playing on. See yas.